Hello, Heather. So I set aside some time and I'm excited to dive into analytics. And I've also in another tab, I just got the channel open here. So I wanted to give some feedback right here. And I would love to find a way to make the channel look less corporate and more personal. And so, even if I would recommend putting the Findability University brand uh, further back, not have it front and center. I would have Heather, Heather Lutzy be the forefront of the YouTube channel. And when people are ready to take steps and take action, that's when they find Findability University. So I would name your channel just Heather Lutzy. And it's whether we include the logo or not, I wouldn't have it so prominent, the top left, which is the strongest position, and I would, the separation where this photo is great, and that's on the left half. The right half is an ad. It looks like an ad, and I would take the whole banner and have it look personal, and and to have you could still have some of the same messaging, and say, new episodes daily, subscribe today, but that there's subscribe. In this case, it looks like a corporate advertisement. So that's just some initial recommendations I would have right off the bat. Is I'm not recommending that we do what Paul Jenkins has done because he's got a lot of goofy faces. Let's see, live on purpose. If we go to his channel,
is it possible?
You'll it's very personal. I mean, this is kind of goofy, and it shows his personality. Even let's Chris, we've gone through many iterations. So where we are now, while it is centered around a logo, it's I mean, look here, Chris Crone's in bold. We're even gonna delete this because originally we had the channel named Limitless TV, and we really wanted to switch the branding. So this Limitless TV here is going to be removed. In fact, I can give some instruction to my team right now to do it. But you see that it doesn't even mention real estate other than right here. It's all branded around Chris, and then his video logo, we've gone through several
Becoming
iterations.
financially independent at the age of 26 has given me some amazing, down to 4 simple phases. I want to share those with you today because I want to help you hack what you need to do on going through these.
We're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
So you see how that branding is all around Chris and how cool he is and the events that he puts on and the fun activities that he does. It's not branded around a real estate company, and that's my recommendation. I guess one more comment to say on that is we don't have to get it right on day one. We can evolve and change this and upgrade it as many times as we want. Over time, it will just get better and better and better. All right, so let's dive into analytics and let's just see what I see. So over the last 28 days, we've got some surges. I mean, what if we rewind and see a comparison? So I'm guessing this is around when we launched the channel. So we see some difference going from as many as 45 views in a day to as low as 4 views in a day on a Sunday. Okay, so these dips are on a Saturday and a Sunday. That's interesting. Over here, this was a Sunday. Okay, so the lowest points are actually on the weekend when videos aren't being launched. So that corresponds. In the last 90 days, we've grown by 75 subscribers, which is 677% higher than the 90 days prior to that. If we go back to the 28 days, 37 subscribers, it's pretty close. It's slightly lower than the previous 28 days. So we compare the last 28 to the 28 before that. All right, so one thing that I love to do is I love to look at this funnel. Now we are still quite early in the channel. Sometimes I didn't know if this funnel was going to show stats or not. So we are seeing some stats, which is good. There were about 6,000 impressions over the last 28 days, and 6% of those impressions are from YouTube recommending the content. It's just, as we see what that means, it's suggested views, on the recommended watch page or on the home page. So it's saying that 94% are for viewers seeking the content, and over time this is going to increase, but this is going to be a low percentage early on, and we could dive in more to see what is YouTube recommending even in this small way, and we'll check that out. A 3% click-through rate is not stellar, but it's also not awful. So it's a good starting point. If we were to add an extra 0 or 2 on top of this, so instead of 6,000 impressions, if we were to get 60,000 or 600,000 impressions, when we get into numbers like that, then slight changes in this click-through rate make a huge difference. So from these impressions, a 3% click-through rate results in 175 views. Another cool stat to look at is watch time. So average view duration of 3 minutes and 13 seconds. That's also decent. It's not stellar, but it's not awful. Awful would be 30 seconds or 1 minute. On a 10-minute, when videos on the channel are averaging 10 minutes, to have an average view duration of 30 seconds or 1 minute is awful. When the average length of your videos are 10 to 12 minutes and you're having an average view duration 6 minutes or higher, that's when we start to really like this number there. We're still early though. It's still so early that we're just laying the foundation, and we're waiting for YouTube, and this typically happens at the 4-month mark from launch of daily. Is YouTube will pick 1 or 2 or sometimes 3, but definitely they'll pick a video. They'll pick one of your videos and they'll start promoting it, and this number shoots up, and it will be a video that typically has the click-through rate or an average view duration that's higher than average. So these numbers are overall across all your videos. And so, over the last 28 days, your channel has an average click-through rate of 3, and your channel has an average view duration of 3.3. But there'll be a video or 2 that will stand out, and YouTube will start to promote it. And then that's when we can really get a good read on, get some good ideas of videos to recreate, and we'll just get some fun ideas at that point. So, all right, it looks like sources outside of YouTube that Facebook has been a good source for you. So I'd recommend continue doing what you're doing on Facebook. This is a good sign that obviously you're the SEO person, but it's cool that you're getting YouTube traffic from Google search. So some of the keyword research that we're doing for YouTube topics is connecting over to Google, and that's obviously a good thing. And that's also a good indication for YouTube search. And look at this. This is quite impressive that you're actually showing up in places on YouTube for the 3-letter, 1-word phrase of SEO. So that's actually promising. Let's see. I wonder if we could go more into see more. We'll go into more on YouTube search. Okay, so it's not showing a whole lot. There's not a whole lot there yet on the search side. Let's go into. Let me leave analytics for a minute and come over to the videos. In fact, I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to come. We got to go back, not to Chris or to Paul, but let's go back to your channel.
Is it possible?
All right, there we go.
Have you ever heard of Google?
So I want to come to the videos tab, because then I can see it all laid out in a nice grid like this. All right, so I want to comment on, and by the way, ignore these ones because we're logged in to your channel. It's also showing us videos that have not gone live yet. But for the videos that have gone live, this one went live earlier today, we need longer phrases. So SEO for nonprofits is only 3 words. Answer the public is only 3 words. Personality indicator is only 2 words. SEO keyword cloud. We need phrases that are 6, 7, 8, 9 words long. So like this right here, this one is private, but do this one thing if your website gets hacked. That's 9 words. However, this isn't a question that people are searching for. So my huge recommendation is that we go back to the drawing board a little bit on YouTube SEO, the keyword research that I teach going after the leaf topics. Because in what I'm seeing here, we're not following that strategy as well as we could. So let's do some examples here. I've got this tool up for on a call with another client, but if we just typed in SEO and I hit enter, but it just took a minute to think. So let's scroll down to below 100. So how do you do SEO yourself? So that's 6 words. That's a decent one. And I know that my team has done a lot more keyword research, but I would find phrases like this that have 6 or more words in it. How do I increase my SEO ranking? How long does it take for SEO to kick in? I mean, that's a great. Imagine doing that video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually 10 words. How long does it take for SEO to kick in? It's got an awesome consistency of search volume, 90 searches per month on average. And yet you're going to be the only person on YouTube, I'm guessing, but I'm assuming there's not going to be another video on YouTube that has this exact title. And so those people that are searching for it are going to find your video, and because it's exactly what they're searching for, they're going to watch the whole thing, and your average view duration is going to go high. The YouTube analytics is going to love it. YouTube algorithm is what I meant to say. YouTube algorithm is going to love it. I'm just scanning through here looking for really long ones. How to conduct a technical SEO site audit. If that topic resonates with you, I don't even know what a technical SEO site audit is, but you probably do. If that's the case, that would be a great one, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my biggest recommendation from a keyword research point of view, especially for the first year of this channel as we're laying the foundation, we really want to go after the longer phrases, the long tail. How to is not required, but how to is very common. People search how to quite often. That could be one. Are link wheels even still used today? I don't know. I used to do link wheels. I mean, each of these is real specific. So, ones that stand out to you. How to do blog commenting on SEO. So maybe I'll talk about it from 2 perspectives. Maybe you do recommend blog commenting, or maybe you don't recommend it. So if you do recommend it, this would be a great video, because you could teach how to do it and how to find the blogs and what type of comments to leave and what are the best practices, and a story that you can share about somebody that started doing blog commenting. Okay, if you are against blog commenting, saying that, this is something that doesn't work anymore, then you say, all right, how do you do it? Well, this is something that used to work in the past, but here's actually what's changed. This is what I recommend instead. You could take a title like this and go any direction that you want, just to kind of share that perspective. How to do on-page optimization in SEO. I mean, that's worded so specifically, and yet it's got consistent search volume. And wow, this is specific. How to do SEO for a real estate website. You could do a whole video just giving a recommendation for, or you could bring up some real estate websites and make some recommendations, because it's got consistent search volume. That would be a great video. So you see how quickly I was able to just come in here, type in SEO, and find lots of good examples. So hopefully that's some good feedback. Now let's dive back into analytics and see if there's anything else that I can see. or that I can recommend. All right, let's see, I'm going to hit pause for a minute and dive around, and I'll show you when I find something that I feel like talking about. All right, so this is something I like to look at as well. I came back to the overview tab, and then on top videos, I'm clicking on see more, because it shows what your top videos are, but it breaks things down so you can actually see video by video. Right now, I believe it's, no, what's it sorted by? It's sorted by, it looks like watch time. Yeah, here's the little arrow. So this is sorted by total minutes of watch time. And the fact that that's a default is a good indicator to us that YouTube loves watch time, because by default it's ranking the videos that are the best performing, the top performing videos. I mean, watch, if I click this off, the category here says top videos. So how it's choosing this as a top video is by watch time. I guess it shows it right there. So it's saying your top video under the criteria of watch time is this. And then if we open this up more, we can see, okay, why does this video have the most watch time? Well, it's got a really good click-through rate. It's got a click-through rate of 8.5%, and it's got an average view duration of over 5 minutes. So compared to the average of 3 and 3% in about 3 minutes, you know, this one has done really well. So then we can go into this video itself, and this isn't what I want to see. All right, I want to, okay, what if I click on the video that way? Okay, this is the page I'm wanting to see. So you can come in and you can actually look at all the stats. You can come in here to reach, and you can look at the stats. But if we, let's see, what I want to look at is average, here it is, audience retention. So you can look at a specific chart like this, and you can go to specific points in the video and say, okay, what happened there? Why did it actually go back up? And you know, look at points. Okay, we kind of had a drop through here. What did we do here that caused more people to drop off? Anyway, you can make comparisons to other videos. You know, this has got a higher average view duration. You can go look at a video that's got a lower. In fact, let's do that. I'll just hit the back button in the browser. Sorry, I'm just hitting back a few times. Okay, so this is where we were at. If we find a video that's got, now this one's only got an average view duration of 2 minutes and 35. We could see, you know, so we can go and look into that video. Why is that? Oh, that's a cool way. You can just look at the analytics for that video by clicking that link there. All right, so this is interesting. I want to find out what did we do different in the very beginning of this episode that, because yeah, something is way off right there. Then we're getting retention back. I don't even know how that necessarily happens, but something is happening right there with this video. So we want to find out what is it. Let me just hit see more, and let's take a look. So what happens in the first 20 seconds of this video? Let's just hit play and let's watch this. Okay, so it starts with the video logo instead of you talking. So yeah, okay, so is it a 20-second video logo, or what happens at 22? So it starts with the video logo, and then you come in after 8.
It became very clear to me very early in my working life that a 9-to-5 was not going to work for me. I was miserable. I was trying to push myself into a convention that I was told I needed to do for stability. And
so yeah, it's interesting. I don't know why it exactly went back up from 18 to 22. Sometimes that can happen because people are rewinding to this point. I don't know. I really don't have a better explanation than that. But that's just an indicator that there's the way that the episode was started here wasn't the best approach there. So we could continue to talk and talk, and I realize I've gone for 20 minutes already, and I'm happy to dive in and have more conversations like this. Can you let me know any specific questions that came up for you in this video? Anything else that you're wondering about, any other advice that you have, and we can go in more depth on some of the advice I've given as far as changing the name to just Heather Letzi, as far as having the titles be longer. We can have a lot more conversation on that, and we'll go from there.